Hello folks, what's so special about One UI 5? Well, as its name implies, is the fifth iteration of the modern user interface that now graces Samsung's phones. While it's arguably not a groundbreaking update and only introduces just a number of improvements over One UI 4, it's a vital software update for every Samsung user that's rocking an eligible device. But arguably the most important new feature that One UI 5 brings to the mix are the major performance optimizations that have come along. Indeed, using a device running One UI 5 feels like using a new smartphone as far as overall smoothness goes. But what else is new with One UI 5? Let's delve in deeper and unwrap Samsung's new software pride and glory. On the visual side, changes are few and far between. Quick toggles are smaller and the edge panel seems slightly wider. Android 13 expanded on the color palette and face customization that Android 12 introduced by greatly increasing the possible color combinations you can use to paint your interface. One UI 5 now can feature up to 16 different color palettes derived from your wallpaper. And if you are not a fan of the colors that the system chose for you, you can rely on a set of basic color palettes that are new on Android 13. The latest update brings new and refreshed lock screen customization options. You can personalize your lock screen either from the main settings app on your phone or by long pressing your lock screen, similar to iOS 16. However, Samsung's own Good Lock module has been around for years, allowing for pretty deep lock screen personalization before Apple had it. Maybe Apple saw what Samsung was doing with Good Lock and why they implemented it to iPhones. One UI 5 has a number of different clock faces available, with 6 fonts to choose from and a very large selection of color and color combinations. The cool trick here is that you can alter the positioning of the clock, as well as increase or decrease its overall size, which unlock even more customization possibilities. Surely, the One UI 5 lock screen also includes a host of widgets, but their numbers are limited to a few stock apps and essential functions. Not to mention that these are hidden and only show up after you tap on the lock screen clock, so their overall utility isn't that impactful. Finally, you can choose whether incoming notifications from apps are shown as full previews or merely icons, though tapping the latter expands the notification view. We've had this feature in One UI before. If you are a fan of widgets, they probably take up a good portion of your home screen. That is probably why Samsung introduced stock widgets with One UI 5. Now, when you long press a widget with a minimum size of 2x1, you will see a new button named Create Stock, which lets you choose among the available widgets on your phone and create a decent looking stock. You can intuitively edit your stock by long pressing it and flicking away the widgets you no longer desire. One of the most underrated features of Samsung smartphones is Quick Share, with One UI 5 attempting to share files with Quick Share now lets you make use of a new copy link functionality, which uploads the files you want to share to the Samsung cloud. A link is generated and immediately copied to your clipboard, which lets you easily share it via message in your favorite texting app. When the person in question receives your link and taps on it, they will be redirected to a page from which they can download your shared files. This method is also extremely useful if you want to transfer files from your phone to your computer. However, you should know that the generated link and the uploaded files will be available only for 2 days, and there is also a daily upload limit of 5 GB, which should be good enough for most file types you need to share. Previously, Samsung offered the same experience, but it was called link sharing. It appears that the tech giant has decided to make link sharing part of Quick Share. This is no surprise, as it is better for all sharing options to be in one place. With Android 13, Google completely changed the look of the security and privacy settings. There is now a new security dashboard with a scanning feature, which should detect if there are some security issues with your phone, like outdated updates, disabled device protection, no screen lock, disabled Find My Mobile, and more. Also, the dashboard links to most security and privacy menus, so you can jump between them easily. On One UI 5, the dashboard works like a charm, and we may say that with Samsung skin on top, it looks quite intuitive and useful. If you often need to use apps in split screen, you probably know that One UI 4 lets you save split screen layouts on the Edge panel. When you open two apps in split screen mode and tap on the divider, you see an icon with a little plus sign and a side panel on it. When tapped, it saves the current split screen layout on your Edge panel. In One UI 5, however, you can save your desired split screen layouts on your home screen in addition to the Edge panel. And instead of an icon with a plus and a side panel, you just have a new star icon. For all intents and purposes, it works in the same manner. Furthermore, One UI 5 also lets you enter into multi-window mode with just a swipe. All you need to do is enable the feature from the Labs option located in the Advanced Features. Open an app that supports split screen and swipe up with two fingers from the bottom to the top. Also, you can now hold the app from the recent app screen and move it to the side. It will open it there in split screen mode. There is also a new gesture that allows you to switch an app to a pop-up view. Just open an app and from any top corner, swipe to the middle. A brilliant feature which used to be on Samsung's phones before and is now making a comeback. The new multi-window gestures change the way of using smartphones. I actually found myself using multi-window naturally for quick Google searches whenever I use apps such as YouTube. In other words, I found the new multi-window gestures practical when I use streaming apps that don't offer a run-in background feature, for example non-premium YouTube and other streaming apps like Twitch. The new gesture-based method of enabling multi-window in One UI 5.0 is that easy to use. With One UI 5.0, Samsung renamed Bixby routines to modes and routines. The new branding reflects a few changes, such as the addition of modes. I haven't had a lot of time to use them, but they could be described as automated groups of routines. I still have an idea to make a separate video about routines. Hopefully, I will do it soon. One UI 5 feels faster and smoother than One UI 4, and the difference is palpable. Animations, transitions, and the interface itself feels like a much more rewarding experience that is definitely welcome. One UI 5.0 feels quite a bit faster and more responsive than One UI 4.1. It almost feels like a brand new phone. The whole UI feels more stable and responsive, and so does the camera app. Apps in general seem to launch faster, and the experience of using the Galaxy S21 with One UI 5.0 is much more pleasant overall. Aside from being much smoother and better optimized, One UI 5 is also more flexible in terms of performance options. For example, the RAM Plus feature that has been available on most Samsung phones since One UI 4.1 can now be disabled for good, which is a good thing. See, RAM Plus allocates a portion of your phone's storage to act as a RAM and ultimately improve the multitasking capabilities of your device. But it has also been singled out as one of the reasons for sluggish performance in some cases. The reason could be that storage, however fast, can hardly catch up with dedicated RAM in terms of performance. So, if you are a really busy user and force your phone to actively use the allocated storage as RAM, your phone will ultimately feel slower. So yes, you're better off with RAM Plus disabled. On top of it all, aside from the potential better overall performance, you get a few gigabytes of precious native storage back, which is a win. To disable RAM Plus, head to Battery and Device Care menu in Settings, then tap on Memory, and the RAM Plus option will be at the bottom. Head inside, flick the switch off, reboot your phone, and you're good to go. Another optimizing improvement makes it easier for users to view and manage apps running in the background. Although the recent app screen hasn't seen a lot of changes in One UI 5.0, the new update has added a new UI element to the recent app screen that offers quick access to a list of apps and services running in the background. Although this concept isn't entirely new, Samsung's One UI 5.0 has simplified the process and pushed this tool more to the forefront for easy access. This new addition to One UI 5.0 is worth mentioning because, simply put, apps running in the background and recent apps are not the same. A user can close an app from the recent app screen thinking it will kill the process entirely. However, there are situations when an app might be running in the background, even if it's not shown on the recent app screen. Needless to say, One UI 5.0 has made it easier to monitor and close background apps and services straight from the recent app screen. The items listed in the pop-up are conveniently accompanied by a stop button, and once this button is pressed, the system kills the associated app or service, potentially allowing users to save a bit of battery charge. Overall, One UI 5 definitely is an excellent software update, despite the fact that it doesn't change that many aspects of the overall One UI experience. There are two reasons for that. First of all, it introduces some deeper customization that greatly enriches the personalization potential of your Samsung phone. One UI 5 has solidified its leading position in the Android scene as far as customization goes, offering one of the more intuitive and user-friendly user experiences. The second reason for One UI 5 being an excellent software update are the optimizations under the hood, which make it run oh so smooth. All of this makes One UI 5 an exemplar software update for the modern times, where we shouldn't expect revolutionary and groundbreaking changes with each and every yearly update, but gradual enhancements and improvements that make sense. With that taken into account, Samsung's One UI 5 is a winner. Guys, let me know what else have you noticed in One UI 5. It's going to be the second part of the video, so be sure to subscribe to our channel. Also share this video with your friends, they will thank you. Have a nice day and see you soon.